live, on air, and online. This is WSAV Coastal Sunrise at 6.
Do you recognize these men? They're seen here robbing the Hinesville Fast Stop on Tuesday night. Now police need your help finding them. It's Wednesday morning, July 24th. Good morning, everyone. I'm Kim Gusby.
And I'm Dave Cartoon, and we'll have that story and much more. But first, let's turn to meteorologist Lee Haywood for a look at the forecast this morning. Beaufort Water Festival this morning, and it's going to rain somewhere.
Dave!
But here's the thing. We're holding our breath, and we're hoping it's not going to rain on the crew and all the folks who are heading to Beaufort. The thing is, we're waterlogged, and we're so much above normal in a lot of communities, and we need a little dry out. Matter of fact, the boys been dying to get in the backyard and just have some fun. It's too soggy out there.
It is too soggy. Think positive, dry thoughts.
I'm not the bearer of bad news. He's the one with the forecast.
Blame it on
listen, we'll talk about that forecast coming up. We'll talk about the chances for any rain, and also we'll look at a new tropical depression that's coming up in a couple of minutes.
All right. Thanks a lot, Lee. Time right now for a look at our news this half hour. The search continues this morning for two suspects seen on surveillance video robbing a Hinesville Fast Stop. Now take a look at this video. You can see the two men entering that store wearing masks. One is armed with what detectives think is a shotgun. The men then held the clerk at gunpoint, clearing out the cash register. The two were able to get away with an unknown amount of money. No one was hurt during that altercation. Now, anyone with any information about the two suspects is asked to contact the Hinesville Police Department. That number 912-368-8211.
And gunfire rang out Tuesday night in Effingham County, and when the smoke cleared, a young man was dead. The shooter is now in custody. Effingham County Sheriff Jimmy McDuffie says it all started with a domestic call just before 8 p.m. on Nixon Chapel Road. That's just off Highway 21. Sheriff McDuffie says 19-year-old Christopher Williams was outside on his front porch when his cousin, 23-year-old George Antoine Perry, pulled up in a vehicle, got out, and shot Williams after a short tussle. Perry then sped away. Those who witnessed the incident recognized Perry and identified him to the detectives.
Tempers flared, a fight ensued. Somebody's temper got the best of them, and a shot was fired. And now somebody's dead because of it.
Sheriff McDuffie tells News 3 he knows Perry's mother and called her personally to tell her what happened and urged her to convince her son to turn himself in. He says he listened to his mother, and he is now in custody at the Effingham County Jail. And making national news this morning, former New England Patriots tight end Aaron Hernandez will be in court today for a probable cause hearing. Hernandez has been charged with the first-degree murder of Odin Lloyd. He pled not guilty back in June. Prosecutors are expected to file for a continuance today in order to give a Massachusetts grand jury time to issue an indictment. A grand jury indictment would make this probable cause hearing unnecessary, and the case would then move to Massachusetts Superior Court. Plus, the last Boston Marathon victim to recover from his injuries will be discharged from Spalding Rehabilitation Hospital later today. 34-year-old Mark Fucarill lost a leg and still carries shrapnel from the improvised explosive device that lodged in his body. Fucarill has gone through a number of surgeries and grueling rehabilitation, but says he's eager to get back to what he calls a regular life.
3 minutes after 5 o'clock, it is Wednesday morning, and it is time to take a look at our forecast. Good morning to you, Lee.
Hey there, Kim. Good morning, folks. Take a look at this. You know, if you look closely at this satellite radar composite, you can see a bit of a swirl. We have an upper level low pressure that is kind of pushing through the region this morning. Boy, it's hanging tough in terms of the cloud cover out there this morning. Not much sunshine. A couple of isolated showers as well. I think the rain chances increase a little later today. We're going to talk about that. A look at Tropical Depression 4 and your 7-day forecast in about 10 minutes.
All right, Lee, and for a check of what's happening on the roads this morning, let's go to Brenton Rowan from Traffic One for traffic updates. And now let's take a live look from our Savannah cam. And now let's take a live look from our Savannah cam, the area's largest networks of live cameras. This is Highway 21 at the intersection of Crossgate. You can look, the traffic is almost non-existent. It is after a rush hour this morning at 10:06 in the morning. Free and clear, not very much traffic lining up at the stoplights, and looks like an easy drive into work this morning. Also in the news this morning, it only lasted a few moments, but a summer tornado left a Florida marina with thousands of dollars worth of damage on Tuesday. Take a look at this. You can see the conditions deteriorate very quickly as the tornado touches down. That storm was all captured by security cameras there on the property. Several boats were damaged or overturned during this storm, and marina officials estimate they're looking at $8,000 to $10,000 in repairs.
And And as you can see, Lake Michigan beachgoers are getting swept up in some unusually big waves. Looks like fun, but authorities warn that